Okay, so today for the vocabulary section of our tutoring, you're going to be making predictions about vocabulary words that we're going to read about. The first thing I want you to do is called a knowledge inventory. And in a knowledge inventory, you need to decide how well you think you know a word. So if you've heard it before and you think you may know it, you're going to check this box. If you absolutely know it, check this box that says I know it for sure.
I don't know.
If you think you maybe know something about it, like maybe you heard it before, you know part of it, check here. If you truly have no idea, then you can check here. So let me read you the words, and as I read you the word, check off how you feel about it. Mm-hmm. It's okay to say no idea, but I bet even though you're going to say no idea, I bet you do know something about it. And we'll talk about that after we read. Okay? Ready? Sulfurous.
Sulfur, it's like a smell or odor.
Okay, so you know part of the word, right?
I think I know it. I may know something about it.
Perfect. Then check there. Sultry.
Sultry?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
Sultry.
like salty.
It does.
But I don't know nothing about that.
So you would check. Cool. Foliage. Foliage.
Another one I know nothing about.
It's okay. Havoc.
I wreak havoc.
Okay.
Chaos, commotion.
Good. So then you know it, right?
I didn't know it was spelled like that though.
Mm-hmm.
Havoc.
Havoc.
It's an O,
But
not
it's,
an I.
I understand.
Havoc.
Rubbish.
Rubbish. It makes me think about rubble after like an earthquake.
Okay, good.
Is that it?
So it's related to that. So maybe you think you know it, or maybe you know something about it.
I know something about it.
Okay, so just check there.
Semblance. Siblings? Resemblance. Appearance or something.
That's close.
Semblance.
So I think you know something about it. And how about the last one? Cyclone. Cyclone.
Like a circle, weather, storm. Which one is it?
What do you think? Do you think that's definitely it, or maybe there's something that you're missing?
Cyclone is like inside of a tornado.
Okay, that's part of it. So it has something to do with weather, right? So maybe you can put I think I know it, because you're very close. Okay, for the second part, you need to write sentences using these words. Now, I don't want you to worry about getting it right. Just write a possible sentence that you might see this word in, okay? And I'm not going to tell you if it's right, and I'm not going to tell you if it's wrong. We'll go back and check it after we read. So don't stress. Just try and use them in a sentence.
All right.
Hey Braxton, why don't you read your sentences that you wrote for me, please?
The odor was very sulfurous. Don't make sense, right?
Braxton, just read.
It don't make sense.
Braxton.
I'm sorry. I was feeling sultry. My foliage was hurting. I wreak havoc on people like Miss Wiemer. I turned her thought process to rubbish. All the classrooms semblance each other. The tornado cyclone was 60 feet in diameter.
Okay, good. Now we're going to, Braxton.
What?
Now we're going to read the chapter from the book and decide if your sentences were using. Okay, now that we've read the chapter from the book, I want you to go back and do the knowledge inventory that we did before, but do it again, based on what you read about the words. So, sulfurous. What did you learn about sulfurous when you read?
Sulfurous is like a bad smell.
Good. So it's something that smells like
Sulfur.
sulfur. Good. So could you check maybe that you know it for sure now?
Yeah.
Sultry. Do you remember how we saw sultry in the book? Or do you want me to read the sentence for you again?
Sultry is oppressive. The storm was oppressing them. It was
Okay.
coming at them.
Good.
So do I check? No, sure.
Mm-hmm. How about foliage? Do you remember how we saw that in the book?
Broken tree branches and stuff.
Good. Go. You got it? Havoc. You kind of already knew that one before we started, right? Havoc means what?
Chaos.
Good. How about rubbish?
Trash.
Good. Semblance?
Look like.
Looks like. And cyclone.
Twister.
Good. Now, I want to go back to your sentences from before. You wrote, the odor was very sulfurous. Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think that's a good sentence?
Yeah.
All right, so let's circle number 1. How about I was feeling sultry? Do you think you used that word correctly?
Yeah.
You do?
I was feeling oppressed.
Sultry means a little more than oppressed. It means like hot, sticky, like the air is heavy.
Yeah,
So you might not be feeling sultry, but what's another way we could use sultry?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how they used it in the book.
Nah, I know. Let me think.
Something sultry and oppressive made a small boy in the doorway stand closer to his grandmother, clutching her apron with his brown hands.
Something scary.
Something maybe scary, something that's kind of like weighing
Uneasy.
down on you. Uneasy. Good. So how could we use sultry?
The way they used it.
How about you write your own sentence for sultry?
How about I plagiarize?
How about you leave that and we'll write it on this line.
Okay. 2. Something sultry and uneasy.
That's a good sentence. Something sultry and uneasy did not allow me to sleep. Good. How about number 3? My foliage was hurting. Did you use that correctly?
Why you laugh?
My foliage was hurting? Now that you know what it means, did you use it correctly? How could you use it?
My branches was hurting.
No.
These could be my branches.
Don't give me a break.
My arms.
How could you use foliage correctly?
My foliage was hurting. I bet. Sheesh. Foliage.
Good. Good. I bet there was a lot of broken foliage after Hurricane Katrina.
I said foliage, not broken.
Oh.
I did say broken, I did.
I bet there was a lot of foliage after Hurricane Katrina. Fine. What do you have here? I wreak havoc on people like Miss Wiemer. Does that one make sense?
Yep.
That one's good. I turn her thoughts.
Her thought process into rubbish.
Can we come up with
Trash.
like a better way of using rubbish?
Yeah. 5. Some people always be rubbish.
No.
That's excellent.
No, it's not.
It's insulting.
It's not nice.
I'm one of them.
Let's use rubbish like you told me rubbish meant trash. So,
I hate taking.
Good.
How you know what I'm about to say?
I don't.
Out the rubbish.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping you were going to say. All right. Semblance. Semblance. How can we use semblance? Hey, Carlos.
Its semblances.
Go back and try semblance one more time. Ready?
Yeah.
So remember, semblance means it looks like something.
The weather has a semblance
Perfect.
to a storm.
Good. All right, and that's it. Thanks, Braxton.